That nigga Dane got beats.
365, I'm a dad, my figure. Ain't tryna die, got so much to give. You know I got life, ain't talking about prison. No gunshot, that's a suicide mission. 365, I'm a dad, my figure. Ain't tryna die, got so much to give. You know I got life, ain't talking about prison. No gunshot, that's a suicide mission. 365, I'm a dad, my figure. 365, I'm a dad, my figure. 365, I'm a dad, my figure. 365, I'm a dad, my figure.
Hey, we back at you again. My name is Gary Lewis, founder of I Am Dad 365. I Am Dad 365 is a village. It takes a village to raise a child. And I brought on two beautiful brothers, Joseph and Timothy. And you know, everybody know him by Prince, Tdub, pardon the body, but yeah, Prince. But yeah, we talking about what life is like in Chicago, Illinois, and uplifting the youth. The dads are instrumental in the community, and this is a violent place right now. Unfortunately, Chicago, we can do better. And that's the movement. I Am Dad 365. So I'm gonna ask the question, brother. What is sacred about being a dad?
Man, that's a great question. I would say what's sacred to me is the moment, having that time, with the children. For me, I have 5 children. So for me, something that's very special to me is having that time, having the family time, being able to get out, go enjoy just like vacations and go to the arcade room. Like I feel like for me, I didn't grow up as I had that time with my father.
So wait a minute. Let's back up.
Okay.
Let's back up.
Let
me first allow you to introduce yourself, because
Okay.
I assume everybody know you because you're a pillar in the community.
Yeah.
I mean, like you got a lot of stuff going on. So I want you to express to my audience who you are and what do you do.
Absolutely. So my name is Joseph Williams. I am the founder of the Mr. Dad's Fathers Club. And it is a fathers club that's focused on getting fathers actively involved in their children's lives. And the reason of starting this organization was because I didn't have my father in my life. And I wanted to make sure I did something different for my children, but I also wanted to help other fathers become more involved as well. So we read books to children, we mentor children, and we just kind of have a good time getting a lot of good positive male models in fathers.
So wait. So where are you reading these books? Where are you doing all of this?
So we go to Chicago public schools and we go into these schools and we read books to the children. We mentor the children. Then we also go into the community. We got our Fathers and Scoops where we have ice cream and we read books. We do these events in our community where we just come out and we just set up and just read books to the community children. And again, all these books is focused on social emotional learning, right? We're trying to boost our children's self-esteem and boost their confidence up and make them feel inspired about life. And that's like the whole ultimate goal. So I love the work that I'm doing, but also admire the work that I Am Dad is doing. So, I really appreciate what you're doing too.
So I Am Dad is we pay homage to beautiful dads throughout the community, throughout the world, throughout the states. And that's the gist of I Am Dad. It takes a village to raise a child. All men are dads is my concept. And with that being said, I want to turn to my brother here. I mean, this is like we are partners. This is my partner. And brother, introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Timothy Wilson, also known as Prince Tdub. I'm a comedian, writer, actor. I do a bunch of stuff, and I'm also a father. And I'm glad to be here with you, man. You know what I'm saying? Glad to be a part of the I Am Dad movement.
Couldn't do it without you, brother.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it without you. So when you say you're a dad, so is it okay for me to ask how many children are you a dad of? Because I watch you.
Yeah.
And I watch this brother. He's a beautiful father. And I want to give you your roses. I want to give both of you brothers your roses while you're here with me. So that's what my platform is, to give you your roses. Go ahead. Tell me how many.
I'm up there, brother. I'm up there. You know what I'm saying? I'm wow. They back to back. About 6. I got 6 beautiful kids.
That's beautiful, brother. That is absolutely beautiful. So, like, what is the challenges of raising 6 beautiful children in a place like Chicago?
I kind of moved little ways out, like 45 minutes to an hour out from Chicago. But
what was it like prior to moving?
Prior to moving, I mean, I grew up in Chicago all my life. So I mean, prior to moving from it, I just knew I didn't want my kids to grow up in it. You know what I'm saying? So, I did whatever I had to do to take them from that environment to get them, safer school so they don't have to go through what I went through going to school.
But you still are active. Like you do shows. You are young men look up to you. You are. I see the guy volunteer to talk to youth. I had him come over and talk to a group of youth. You remember that?
I remember that.
And one of the guys of the program that I invited him as a mentor to speak to youth, one of the guys that you took a picture with died.
Yeah, I know. It's sad, man.
Yeah,
it's sad.
Violent death.
Yeah.
He was just wrong place at the wrong time because this was a positive kid.
They're very positive. I remember him, cause he was the biggest one in the room.
Yep.
And I kind of stood on the chair to take a picture next to him.
6'6", he was.
Yeah. He's a cool dude, man. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, so that was tough on us, bro. And you told me about the incident. I was unaware.
Yeah. I think I seen it on Facebook.
Yeah.
And it popped up, and I was like, man, that's the dude I took a picture with, man.
Man, that's tough. Yeah. That's so tough. So back to you, Joseph. What would you say to the youth that's struggling, young men that's struggling to be dad, to be a father figure?
Man, yeah, I would definitely encourage them to not give up, right? Because it's not easy. The whole system that's in place of you even being a father, having visitation, having rights, you have to go to court for this type of stuff. You don't just have a baby and you got rights to your baby. So even fathers who go through that piece with trying to be able to get rights or be able to be in their children's lives, you in this game as a father, you just have to be strong. You can't give up. You got to keep pushing, be consistent about it, and just be involved, want to be involved. Ain't nobody going to beg you to be a father, but you got to want to be involved as a father. So I think my advice I would give to any young father is to stay encouraged through all hard times, but most of all, don't give up. Don't give up when it get hard, because our babies need us. It's not just about us no more. So you give up, you giving up on everything else, So it's about preparing for the future and making sure our babies have a chance at it. So, we just don't give up. I think that's the best advice I can give.
So how could one become a better dad?
You know what, man? My kids saved my life. So before I even thought about really being a father, I would say honestly, my first daughter, I still was outside in the street just hanging around and stuff. I had my baby with her diaper on, just walking down the block with her like it wasn't nothing. And then maybe my second daughter, it started to wake me up a little bit I might need to start being at home more with them and doing some things or taking them away from the neighborhood. There's too much going on. So I guess when I think of how to be a better dad, for me, mine saved my life for me just going into their schools, reading books and doing lunchroom duty. And that kept me out of the streets. So I would say, through life, we continue to learn. It's all a process. We learn something almost every day. So I think you can be a better dad just by being involved, honestly, just by being there, being present. A lot of people think you got to have a lot of money to raise to raise a child, right? Okay. My kids are perfectly okay with me going to the store and grabbing $1 candy bar real quick and bringing it back home, and they happy because of that. Sometimes children don't always, we expect so much, but the children don't always know. Okay. So if we just be there. Just being present is the biggest piece of being a father, just to be present. They don't need to know what's behind the scenes. As long as you are there, they understand, hey, my daddy right here, he's here. I think that plays a major role in these children's lives.
Okay. So what do you think, how do you equate the community with playing a role in being a dad?
The community, well, I think the community plays a big part in being a dad. Growing up on the block I was from, which is 37 in Michigan, not too far from here. Wow. I grew up there, born and raised, and the whole. We got some low end here.
A lot of low end.
You know what I'm saying? But from that neighborhood, that community right there, it was tight. You know what I'm saying? If I was out of pocket, you know what I'm saying, they would let my mama know, or they'll say something to me, hey, you know what I'm saying? So the community should play a part. You can just see somebody doing something wild. If you know they parent, you got a relationship, jump in the middle of that. Hey, y'all stop fighting out here. Or y'all, get off this corner. Y'all do that. So community plays a part.
That's important. I am Dad 365. It takes a village to raise a child. And I have this belief that we could turn things around in this city of Chicago, being that dads like yourself, beautiful fathers, you guys can be instrumental with changing and changing the narrative. So that's the whole approach. What I Am Dad 365 is to change the narrative. Let's write the narrative, right? Let's write the narrative. We are beautiful dads, and let's parade it. Absolutely. You know, that's what I want you to parade. Like I see you on your social media, man. I mean, I see you chopping up vegetables, right? You making drinks, you know what I'm saying? So he teaching the kids
how to make the smoothies.
Come on, man. Come on, talk about it.
Yeah, man. You know, actually, Monique, the comedian Monique, she actually got me the juicing and stuff like that when I did the Showtime special with her. You know, that's all she doing. She was on top of me with it, like, you know.
So you teaching your little ones to be healthy.
Yeah, I'm teaching them what she taught me. So she, you know, just these fresh juices and to make them.
So big ups to Monique. Big ups.
You know what I'm saying? Because the kids on it now. Every morning they wake up.
I know. I watch you.
We gonna make a smoothie.
I have to watch that. I'm gonna have to go check that.
I watch it. You gotta watch that.
Yeah. I'm gonna start going live every day on Facebook and doing it because we make some good juices and smoothies.
That's beautiful, man. My daughter pointed it out to me. Right? She said, "Daddy, we gotta get a juicer. I got the juicer, but I need you to help me."
I got you. I'll let you know what to get. I'll let you know what to get.
So yeah, I need you to help me, man, because I love juicing. You know, I go over to Hyde Park. You know, it's downtown in Hyde Park. It's another downtown of us. You know, and it's a beautiful location. It's a beautiful area within the city, and it's a lot of Black-owned businesses. Yeah. So I go over to Hyde Park and I support. Mm-hmm. You know, the place over there that offer the juices, but I would like to juice myself, man. So you got to teach us.
Yeah, man. I got you. We go to Mariano's, get the fruit.
Look. My son just told me the other day, Daddy, I want to be healthy, and he literally goes in the refrigerator, and sometimes he don't know what to get, but he know I tell him all the time, son, green stuff, get the green stuff. So when I think about that, we got to watch your videos because you probably would teach the whole family about how we can eat healthy.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, I think I can teach you what I know. I mean, I don't know everything. I'm still learning, but I can definitely teach what I know.
Watch the stool and a little bit on that. Yeah, I think that's cool. Though. That's super cool.
But yeah, man, I think so. What we got to do. We are doing it. You know what I'm saying? We are doing it in a big way. And that is stepping up and being the influencer. You know, being an influence, a positive influence. Absolutely. You know, with you being in the schools, explain to the audience what it's like, you know, in the schools, being that positive influence.
Yeah, and you know what? It's not a lot of men inside of the schools, but what I'll say is that,
why is that?
Man, that's a great question. And I think maybe a lot of men don't necessarily go into the education piece to be teachers. And I think that's trying to change. But in most schools, even growing up, you usually see all women teachers, and it's like literally ran by women.
Wow.
Usually. The only time you see a man is if he likes security or something within that way. So even at my children's school right now.
So we need more teachers. We need more leaders.
We definitely need more men involved into the education
and
system
CPS.
For sure. And making sure that they're actually stepping up into that role because that, man, I'm telling you, I started out just volunteering in my children's school, but you can tell they needed a male model. The principal was a female. She would come into the lunchroom and try to get them to be quiet, and they'd go even crazier.
Wow.
I'd come in there without even screaming. I could put my hand up like this, the whole lunchroom go quiet. So just having that male model there, it makes a huge difference.
And why do you think they respect you when you could just put your hand up? I mean,
I tell you,
you ain't got a gun on you,
no,
right?
No, ain't nobody got no gun.
Look. Ain't no gun. You just got your hand up.
But I would say it took time to get there, right? Because a lot of it deals with building relationships, getting to know these children.
Okay.
A lot of these children live in adult lives, and a lot of folks don't recognize that, or they don't worry about like what these children like, and you want to talk at them instead of like kind of having respect and talking with them. So for me, I get to know these children and realize like he wants seconds on lunch because he probably hungry and ain't eating a lot. So you getting a chance to understand them a little bit more.
So I think more so you are actively in the community and you know the community best.
Absolutely.
You know these faces.
Absolutely.
You know who finna cut up, you know?
But I add even one more thing and say, like, we just got to get rid of that myth of, like, fathers not being involved.
Okay.
Because as you see right
Okay.
here, we all fathers and we all involved in our
Okay.
children's lives.
Okay.
That's a big piece that they put out there that ain't true.
Okay.
Fathers, I probably see more fathers dropping their kids off and picking them up at school than I see moms sometimes. Like, fathers are engaged and they are involved. So I think that's a myth that they put out there to kind of make it seem like Black men and Black fathers aren't really involved. We actually more involved than Latino and white fathers are.
Okay.
You know, but
I would say I would rephrase that.
yeah.
All men are, I wouldn't necessarily say you put a
Well, I don't want to put
a
a
race on it.
but the data specifically says that, because when I had to go back and look at the data, because I like numbers, I had to go back and look at it, and it specifically showed that we are more involved with our children from activities and different things than these other races are, but they just don't talk about it. They really shine a light on Blacks to make it look like we just deadbeat dads and we don't want to be there. We not engaged.
So that we are changing the narrative now.
Absolutely.
This is a platform to express to other men as well as, talk to our children, hey, let's do the right thing. So Prince, I gotta get back on you, man. So when you doing the work that you do, how do you incorporate your fatherly skills into your work that you do as a comedian?
I just found out because lately on the tours that we've been doing, we wanted to switch up our appearance, and we wanted to, because the comedy game has changed, and because it's went younger and different, a lot of people just taking it and switching it. So we wanted to kind of, start back wearing suits and doing it that way. So wearing the suits, I didn't know my kids was involved, and they knew what suits was. So now when I come out the room, they want to see what I wear. And so now it's like a fashion show every time I get ready before a show. It's like, my daughters and sons, they want to see what I'm wearing. So that's special to me, because now, like, I can take them with me to go get fitting for suits. They can pick colors. They can, help me with jokes. So that's how I use that in my line.
So your attire expresses, a positive figure.
Yeah. So
by the dress code.
Yeah. So when they see me come, because I always growing up, I wanted a job that I could wear a suit and look nice. You know what I'm saying? So I can wear a suit to work now.
And,
you know what I'm saying?
And most comedians don't wear suits.
They don't wear suits.
Okay.
And they used to wear suits a lot. When you look at the kings of comedy, when you look at them,
yes, sir. Suits. Yes, sir. Bernie Mac, rest in peace.
And when you look at it now, it's kind of like they do podcasts on the stage and stuff like that. So we want to make sure that we keep that tradition going with the suits.
Yeah, man.
I like that. If I know what, I just want to say, like, I think for me as a father, the best moment for me throughout my day is when I get home. When I walk through that door, it made me feel love, right? When I walk through that door, they are on my butt. Like, literally, as soon as I walk in, my daughter loves gymnastics. So as soon as I walk in the door, she literally has a trick she do with me every day where she climbs up me and do a whole flip. Then after I get past her, I got my son like, can you come in here and play the game with me? Then I got my other baby, she's been online shopping all day and look like it. She want me to buy something. So to come in the house and just although they ambush me, it got to be the best feeling ever was when you get home and you feel that love from the baby.
So no matter what your day is like, telling me your children brighten your day.
Man, they give me that juice. They give me that energy.
I got a newborn. I have a 5-year-old, and I have 2 adult boys. 2 adult sons, 25 and 23. So, like, I agree with you. Ain't nothing like getting that reassurance from a younger person that look up to you as dad. It's golden. And I challenge every man that's not in their children's lives. Please, you don't know what you're missing. You have not a clue what you're missing.
Absolutely.
And you would agree, right?
I would definitely agree. If you can be involved, be involved. But don't act like some of these women ain't keeping them back from having a good relationship with their kids.
That's a whole nother topic right there.
Act like it don't exist, though.
It does. But I think as a man, we are forced to take leadership, to take to take the positive road, right? Mm-hmm. So no matter what the situation is, you gotta be responsible. You know, so if this person is not responsible enough to allow you the parental rights that you deserve, then you got to take it upon yourself to do it by the means of courts, you know, the positive role.
So we got to speak to my cousins out here who don't know how to go to court and who don't know how to do that. So cousins.
Well, guess what? Guess what? So that's what the village is for. That's what I Am Dad 365 represents. That village to give the youngest, the individuals that lack the knowledge. You can go onto my website, by the way, I Am Dad 365, and it give you a lot of educational, fatherly advice. You know, that tells you IamDad365.com. It tells you how to go about that, and I am looking for attorneys to you know, yeah, because a lot of guys tell me, they inbox me, they say, "Hey man, how do I do this?" And I want attorneys on board I'm gonna post them up, you know, to let you know, hey, this is an attorney that you can talk to, you know, to help you to get to parental rights.
Yeah, so
because every man got a right.
Absolutely.
You know,
so I actually hold fatherhood workshops now. So I'm actually teaching dads about their rights. I'm teaching them about their father's rights. So I'm going through these sessions where I teach them every weekend
beautiful
to different fathers about their rights. But I want to say this again is that being present in your child's life actually helps build you as a father and even as a man, right? It helps give you direction in your life.
Is there a wrong and right way? Like, I mean, like I think the challenge, some men they think that if they don't have the money, then they can't be there for their child. They don't know walking in the park, taking a kid by the hand, and just doing something that it doesn't cost you anything, not $1, are more valuable than you just walking. Then you just showing up for Christmas, showing up for New Year with a gift.
That's real. I tell you, like, man, I think you're saying it right on point. And not just that. Again, they build you, right? Even when I say they build you up, my son recently is asking me about God. He said, "Well, who made God?
Wow.
Well, what's heaven like?" He asked me all these questions. I know it's a God, right? But never built a real relationship. So now he got me opening up the Bible so I can try to figure out how to build a relationship.
Somebody got to answer
I got to tell him some
that's
stuff,
beautiful.
right? So I think as men and as fathers, not only, you know, it's being present in your children's life can be just what you said, right? But it can also help build you up as a father as well. You'd be surprised. Because you can learn from anybody. You'd be surprised your children can drop nuggets on you all the time.
Yes,
and
sir.
I think my son do it to me all the time. Last time I was stressing out about life, he just came in the room and was like, "Daddy, life is life." Like, what you mean?
What age is this guy? What age is this
6
kid?
years old, man.
6.
He's 6. He say life is life. I'm like, what you mean? Life? I'm over here sitting like, that's huge stuff right there. Life is life. So
he said, let it roll, let it play out. You don't know what tomorrow holds.
There you go. So I mean, you'd be surprised. Our children, as long as you just take the responsibility of just wanting to be in their life, you'd be surprised how they can help you grow as a father.
Yeah, man, this is deep. This is deep, people. And yeah, man, I just want to thank you, brothers, for participating, coming on, being that positive role model, being that positive reassurance. And I get a lot of inboxes because, like, I just do different activities with my daughter. I got a new son, like I said, I got a newborn, but my daughter, we go a lot of places, and I believe that exposure is everything. Exposure is everything. I expose my daughter to so much. I take her downtown. I take her out of town. Mm-hmm. I want to take her abroad, but we haven't done that yet. But I take her a lot of places. You know, the first time that she got on a plane, she was like 6 months. And, you know, I show her pictures. She's 5 now. So I show her pictures, and I'm like, look, you were 6 months, and I took you on a plane, and we went here, and we did this, and we did that. What do you think, like, the being that the travel exposure, what is that like? Like you said, you expose them to juicing, you know, but what do you think that is, like exposing kids? How positive?
Well, I think that's definitely important to take them with you some of them trips and let them explore life with you at a young age.
Yes, sir.
I'm definitely looking forward to taking my kids a lot of different places with me. We actually going to Disney World when I go do a show out there.
So they go with you on the road?
Yeah, well, shows like that where I can bring my mom and somebody to help me, and they can just stay at the room and with the kids and I do the show, then yeah, they can come with me.
Okay.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we going out to Universal in 2 weeks.
I work.
This would be the entire family first time getting on a plane.
Man,
the
it's
children, all of
beautiful.
them. But I'm gonna tell you right now, 5 kids, that ain't cheap.
That
That flight, the hotel, that is not cheap. If it was like one, I'm going everywhere.
Yeah.
But when you got 5 children, that's not cheap. So
Yes, sir.
But
it's worth the dollar.
absolutely.
And you ain't gotta do it all the time. You know, I don't do that all the time. You know, you got $1 Snicker bar sometimes.
There you go.
Yeah, so man, I thank you, brothers, from the bottom of my heart for coming. You didn't have to come. You didn't have to come,
Appreciate you.
but you did. So, and for that, we applaud these 2 brothers. And until the next time, visit IamDad365.com and watch this brother because these are pillars of the community. And we thank you for watching. Until the next time, later.
That nigga Dane got beats.
365, I'm a dad, my figure. Ain't tryna die, got so much to give. You know, I got life, ain't talking about prison. No gunshot, that's a suicide mission. 365, I'm a dad, my figure. Ain't tryna die, got so much to give. You know, I got life, ain't talking about prison. No gunshot, that's a suicide mission. 365, I'm a dad, my figure. 365, I'm a dad, my figure. 365, I'm a dad, my figure. 365.